Wake up with the
Oh,
sunrise,
shoot.
laptop on the sand. Dreaming of a school drive, build it hand in hand.
There we go. Let me start.
Some of us with the blueprint, wisdom in the flow. Keep it simple, keep it steady, let the people grow. We build a vibe, we build a tribe, community's a fire, keeping us alive. From 0 to 10K, let the revenue rise. Alex Hormozy said the value never lies. We build a vibe.
All right, I'm getting a little bit better at that.
It's getting good, man. Every week it's like just a little bit better. It's great.
So last month we made $50,000 in using Skool and GoHighlevel, and we did it using a free community. Now that might sound counterintuitive, but hear me out. So a lot of new community owners are wanting to launch paid communities right off the bat. And that means you've got to convince cold traffic, people that don't know you, they don't like you yet, or they don't trust you yet, to buy your stuff. And so for 90% of the people out there, starting a paid community and getting that to happen is really tough to do. And if it doesn't work, those people that don't buy end up bouncing, and then you have no way to continue to market those people down the line. But what if instead you got them into a free community and on your email list, and then you continue to build that know, like, and trust with those people before you start asking for money? So that sounds like it might work a little bit better, huh, Jeff?
I completely agree.
Well, that's exactly what we did. And today we're going to show you the complete system, how we use a free Skool community along with GoHighlevel to grow our paid community to over 18,000 MRR. And we'll show you what we did to make over $50,000 last month. This is literally the best funnel I've ever had in over 14 years as an entrepreneur. And today we're going to show you everything, show you exactly how it works. So what's up, Jeff? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing really good, but this is a fun one, man, because we're talking about like really getting down and dirty about making money, like real dollars, real cents, like the actual practical things you have to do to make it work. And like you said, man, you've been doing this 14 years. I mean, I've been doing making money online, from eBay and stuff from the late 90s. So we've been doing this for a while, and this is by far the simplest funnel. So I'm excited to show everybody and let them, kind of behind the curtains a bit here and see all the good things.
Yeah, so I'm celebrating. We had a good Ole Miss victory last week. This week we're in the Cornhole Championships on Sunday.
Unbelievable.
So
Unbelievable.
Good week, man. Although I did also find out that I got to replace my bathroom. I didn't tell you about that, but
yeah, that's never fun. that's an expense, man. Nobody wants the expense.
Well, cool. So let's talk about first, like we always do, what are the latest GoHighlevel and Skool updates? I personally have not seen any GoHighlevel community updates since the summit a couple of weeks ago. Anything on your end? Have you seen anything?
No, I haven't. I mean, I know they're doubling down on the AI stuff and that type of thing. And it looks like I believe one of the big things was they've done some AI based web pages that are built now using like full web pages with AI. It doesn't really, again, we're really all in on the community funnel, but it is pretty cool. They are seeing that, again, HighLevel, already amazing platform, and they are making some great things, not specifically in community, but the software itself, which is, again, why we use it and why we're going to share about it today. So, but nothing regarding communities with HighLevel. Yeah.
Well, the big announcement that everybody's been waiting for finally happened in Skool. So tiers are now live in Skool. Just so you guys can see how we're using it, let me share my screen here. So this is our new payment plan, different payment plans or tiers that we have in our elite community. So we've got our $99 a month, which is our standard. You get all of our courses, 2 weekly group coaching calls, a free GoHighlevel account, which we're talking about today, the GoHighlevel community snapshot that we've pre-built for everybody that's loaded in their account. You don't get the install link for the monthly. That comes with the annual here, the premium. And then you get all of our community AI tools. So then we have a premium tier, which is really just our annual, right, Jeff? And that comes with, you save $297. You get 12 months access to everything that's inside the standard. You get the HighLevel snapshot install link so you can install it on your own account. You get the pre-built AI agents installation. So we've built a bunch of AI agents, an offer creation agent, which is awesome. Are a bunch of YouTube video agents, a Facebook ads writer agent. And we actually give you the knowledge-based prompts that we've already tested. We've proven they give great results, plus the knowledge bases that go with it. So you can just install those into your account. And we also give you a AI prompt designer, so you can start building your own AI tools. So this is the exact tool that I use every time that I build one of these new tools inside of Community AI, and it's freaking awesome. Saves me so much time, and it's awesome. And then we have our VIP level, which is like the premier level, right? That comes with everything in premium. Plus we do quarterly live implementation workshops. These are 8-week sprints where we implement our entire process together. So we get on a live call with people and help them implement every single step in our process. And these are awesome. We also give you an Airtable Community OS. This is how we run our whole operations, is through Airtable, right? We use Skool as our community, GoHighlevel is our CRM and marketing automation, and then we use Airtable as kind of our operations to keep everything organized. You also get our Airtable AI Content Manager, which is also awesome, and then a bunch of premium GPTs. So that's how we're splitting up our plans using the new tier process. Anything to add there, Jeff? Anything you've seen cool out there?
Yeah, well, what I would simply say, everybody, is like, we've been doing this for a while, right? We have 7,000+ people in our free community. We have hundreds of members. And so for us, it made sense to immediately take the tiers and involve them. Don't feel pressure if you're starting out to like have to use tiers. I mean, the main thing is get your community up and going, and get your free community, obviously, for the client acquisition system. But don't get caught up in forcing tiers and forcing different things. Have a monthly, especially a founder's offer, like starting out, and have an annual. Don't press yourself of having to do that tool yet, especially if you're starting out. Those of you that have been doing it for a while, you have a thriving community. Absolutely, tiers are amazing. I'm glad they finally released them. I think they've been speaking to them about them for almost 2 months now. So I'm sure it was a big relief off their backs to have it actually out there. But I'm excited about our tiers. I mean, again, there's so much value, and it is a cool way to use it. So hopefully people will incorporate it if it makes sense, but don't feel the pressure to do it. That's the only thing I really add.
Yeah. So awesome. So yeah, it's a pretty cool tool. I know a lot of people are excited about the whole freemium model, where you can have the free tier and then you can have paid tiers on the back of that. We use a different model. We're going to talk about that today. But it's still a pretty cool release. So excited that they finally did that. So let's talk about what happened this week inside of Community Builders Elite and inside of our 10K Community Bootcamp. So last week inside of Community Builders Elite, our bootcamp members created their webinars. This is essentially what they're going to be using as the free course inside of their free communities. That helps create demand for their paid stuff, and also helps them create, turn those free members into paid members if you have a paid community. Now, one of the things that we shared also last week is we want people to take action, right? So we made everybody in our boot camp actually put on a date on the calendar when they're going to do these webinars live. And we have people that have their webinar scheduled like next week. So I'm really excited to just get them to actually do it, whether they get results from it or not. It's just exciting that people are taking action. We also gave them some training on how to set up some simple Facebook ad campaigns to promote these webinars, to drive more members into their communities by promoting the webinar. So we've gotten some really good results, some of which we're going to talk about today, by promoting these webinars that we do inside of our free community. And it's a great way to consistently grow your free community. And I know a lot of people struggle with growing their community. So this does a lot of things at one time. It helps you to grow your community, helps you to get people to watch that webinar, where you can also convert those people into your paid stuff. Another cool thing that we did last week. Anything to add there, Jeff?
No. I mean, it was great to see people actually getting things done, and we'll just leave it right at that. People are executing and making it happen.
Right. Also, we released. I'm going to share my screen here. We released a brand new. Let me share this. Let's see. We released a brand new 7-day content calendar that basically gives you different posts that you can use throughout the 7 days of the week, gives you some examples. And this is basically built, this whole 7-day calendar is built to help you to create more engagement for your community. also to help you to convert your members into paying customers. And just like always, Jeff, when I build something out, what else do I do?
Well, it's all done through basically some level of an AI tool that just is always rock star.
Yep. So I built an AI tool that will actually write all of those posts for you. Give it a little bit of information, and then it writes the entire post for you. I showed an example of this on our call yesterday. So we've got our Monday validation post, Tuesday two-step post, Wednesday morning YouTube promotion, Wednesday afternoon live training promotion, Thursday morning live training, 10-minute reminder, replay post, Saturday. So this thing writes all of that content that's in this plan for you. And so that's what people get inside of Community Builders Elite. So let me go back to our screen here. So this week, anything to add on that, Jeff?
I'll just say, guys, like most all of us got into coaching because we just love helping people, right? So whether we're a fitness coach or a spiritual coach, whatever it is. And what we found is we became coaches, we had to add all these extra things. We had to become marketing experts and sales experts and tech experts and all these things that we didn't really intend at the beginning to come out and do, right? So I think what just blows me away constantly, Ron, is when, you're allowing people by using these tools, like you speed through so many processes that need to be done, the things that people don't necessarily always enjoy. Most people don't enjoy sitting down and trying on a blank piece of paper, trying to come up with a post or coming up with ideas. So you literally have created an opportunity with just a few minutes every week, 10, 20, 30 minutes at most. All their content can be done. I mean, everything can be built for them. Webinars, all this stuff is done so fast that you can actually just be a coach. You can just be an expert. You can just truly help people and not get caught up with all the business stuff. And I think that that's sometimes overlooked, like, because we get into it again, because we love people, we want to help people, we want to serve people, but then we get caught up in all the other things. And I feel like the Community Builders Elite, like we literally take all the other things and make it easy and fast and quality. And so anyway, I'm just blown away, man. Another tool you've created that just, I look at it, I use it, and I'm like, wow, this is unbelievable that we're literally giving this away still at this price. But nonetheless, we'll have to change prices at some point. I don't know when, maybe next month, I don't know, maybe next year, but we're just giving away so much incredible stuff, man.
Yeah. And just take note of this, guys, because this is the kind of stuff that you should be doing in your own coaching programs, is figuring out where the bottlenecks are for people and then creating these AI tools that will help people to get past those bottlenecks, do things faster, do things easier. And that's why we've developed that AI prompt designer for our annual members and our bootcamp members, so that they can start to build these tools for themselves. So anyway, continuing on, let's talk about what they're going to be doing next week inside of the boot camp. So this week coming up, they are setting up their client acquisition system. So this is the system that's going to help that uses both Skool and GoHighlevel, which is a very powerful combo, because we'll talk about that today, to help them to grow their communities consistently and then monetize that communities. And we'll show you how we do that today. And so this is the exact same system that we've used that has helped us to generate that $50,000 last month. And we're helping them set that up this week. So anything on that, Jeff?
No, I hope they all show up and do the work, man, because it is a great week.
All right. Well, without further ado, let's actually jump into today's content. All right. So we basically built this. We generated that $50,000 this month using a free community. All right. And a lot of people, when they first get started, they wonder, which type of community should I start? Should I launch a free community or a paid community? So let's kind of talk about these two options. So first of all, you got the paid community model, where you actually drive traffic to the paid community. So this traffic could come organically, it come through paid ads, however you drive traffic. And typically with this model, you're driving people straight to the about page of your paid community. And if the offer, the page copy, the videos, the images are good, a certain percentage of those videos and the ads are good, then a certain percentage of those video visitors will convert and become paid members. And I think it's about 4% is the average for Skool community. Then you've got the free community model, where you drive traffic to the free community. And once they're inside the free community, you can monetize those members in multiple different ways. All right. I think the conversion rate for a paid community or free community is around 18%. The about page for a free community is around 18%. So you got 18% and you got 4%. All right. So then basically I would say, so which one should you choose? Well, I would say that 90% of the people that are watching this video should start with a free community, period. Unless you already have a large audience on social media or YouTube or somewhere else where you've already established know, like, and trust and authority with those people, or you're really good at ads and you're starting with a lower cost community. If you are in either of those two situations, I'm okay with you starting a paid community, but I still think that having a free community is just a super valuable asset, and we'll show you why that is a little bit later on. So unless you fit into those two categories, I firmly believe that you should start with a free community, okay? So first of all, like we talked about earlier, it's important to build your audience on a platform that you own and start to build that know, like, and trust. A free community allows you to do that. So obviously it's going to be easier to get people to join a free community where they don't have to pay anything than it is on a paid community, and so you can start to build a bigger audience on a platform that you actually own. And also, again, we're in the trust recession right now. So if you don't have an established audience that knows you, likes you, and trusts you, and you're trying to market to cold people that don't know you, like you, and trust you, it's going to be hard to get those people to buy from you until you've established that trust and authority. And so the free community gives you a vehicle to build that trust and authority, which makes it easier for you to convert people down the road, right? They're seeing you more often in your community. You're giving them value. You're helping them solve problems. And so those people are going to be way more likely to convert than just pure cold audiences. So again, I believe that most of the people on this call should start with a free community. Now, with that being said, let's see here. Let's talk about the different reasons why I believe you should use a free community. Let me convince you, okay? So first of all, to get people to buy from you, again, they must know, like, and trust you and believe that you can help them. So right now, again, we're in a trust recession. If you don't have an established audience, that means you're going to be marketing to cold people that don't know you, okay? And so it's tough to get those people to buy from you until you establish that trust and authority. So a free community, like I said, is an excellent tool to do that. Also, with the free community, you can start to build a captivated audience on a platform that you actually own versus on social media. If you're trying to build your audience on social media, which you should, but we want to get them to a platform that we own as soon as possible, because on social media, you're really just borrowing the audience. If you just build an audience on those platforms, you're putting, honestly, your entire business at risk. That might sound dramatic, but if they change their algorithm, or if someone hacks your account, which I've seen multiple times, your business could literally collapse overnight. And I've seen it happen. So I know for a fact that it's happened. Big businesses have gotten their accounts hacked and they've gotten screwed. So it's also much easier to get people in a free community to join get people to join a free community than a paid community. We said earlier, the average conversion rate on a paid community about page is around 4%. So that other 96% of people that don't join, what's going to happen to them? Well, if you don't capture their information so that you can, on that about page, which you can't really do on an about page right now anyway, the only way that you can market to those people in the future is through retargeting ads, right? If they land on that about page, they don't buy. Really, there's only, you can drop the pixel on them and then you can retarget them. That's really the only way to market to those people in the future. So you're losing a huge chunk of potential clients that aren't ready to buy right now, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they won't buy in the future. So, however, a free community, a higher percentage of the people that land on that page are going to join. So you're already capturing more people there. So the average free community conversion rate is about 18%. So I think that's 350 times as many people that land on your free community are turning into leads as joining your paid community, okay? So with the free community, you can capture members' contact information and so you can get their email, you can get their phone number with your membership questions. And so you can push that information into your email list. So you're building your email list. That's one way to start marketing to people, continue to marketing to people. You can also get them into your free community and continue to market them there as well. So you're building additional channels where you can market and nurture your audience in the future. Okay. So with a paid community, you're losing that ability. Also, you have the ability to run promotions and make more offers to these people. So the majority, and this is 100% true, the majority of the money that we make in our business comes from promotions and offers that we make inside of our free community. So without this asset, this free community asset, we wouldn't make even close to as much money as we have made this year. So right now we have about just over 7,000, I think 7,200 people that I can put offers in front of whenever I want to make some sales. If I need some sales, I can pull a lever and I can pull the slot machine and I can pull out some money, right? With paid community, I couldn't really do that unless I had some kind of upsell or something like that. So it's just, and it's just going to keep scaling from there. As our community gets bigger, more and more people are in that community, so we can put that offer in front of more and more people. And so those are kind of my arguments around why I believe just about everybody should have a free community. Jeff, anything you would like to say?
The one thing I would add as well is it's hard enough to get people to run to cold traffic to buy anything, right? Whether it's an amazing offer, a course, a book, whatever you might be trying to sell, right? So, but one of the harder sales is actually moving cold traffic into a monthly membership, because a lot of times people don't, want to buy something that they're not even like fully understand or totally grasp all that's in it. And then they're going to be continuing to make payments on it. So it's actually even a bit of a harder sell to make than even just a traditional if I'm selling a book or course. So I would just say it's even more reason if your end goal is you really want to have a thriving paid community, which we highly recommend you all do, then if that's the case, I would absolutely encourage free first and then into paid, because it is a bit more of a harder sell. Now, I'm sure there's some amazing Facebook, and ad coaches out there that can do that, but that is a lot of money potentially to spend and to test to hope it works. Whereas we know the free community, just from a cost standpoint alone, is a lot more affordable from a marketing standpoint. So again, just another big reason to consider doing free first.
Yeah. And you're building that list. You're building that marketing asset that you can continue to market to. I think that's one of the things that people miss about this strategy.
Yep.
All right. So here's how the free community funnel works. Okay. So we drive traffic to our free community. They request to join by answering our membership questions, which captures their phone and email address. We push that into our CRM. And then we have a bunch of different mechanisms set up in the free community and, in our CRM, our high level account, that works to get people to book calls. So these mechanisms are, we have email follow-up campaigns inside of our GoHighlevel account that works to book calls. We have text message follow-up campaigns inside of our GoHighlevel account that works to book calls. Our weekly email blasts that we use GoHighlevel for also work to book calls. We typically have a call to action on that. We have call to actions in every lesson of our Start Here course and our other courses with call to actions to book a call. We have a pinned post inside of our free community that also has really good positioning for that call and books calls. And then we also have links inside of our weekly posts that we use to book calls. And then the final one, we have a link on our About Us page of our paid community. And so that is the 8 different mechanisms that we're using inside of our free community to book calls. And last month, Jeff, I think we booked 270 calls. Now we've changed things a little bit, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, this system booked us 270 calls. When I had a Facebook group, I think the most calls I booked in a month were like 40 calls. So this thing is just ridiculously effective. Okay. All right. And so we know that like all of these mechanisms work together to book those calls. And we know that because we set up tracking links for each one of those, just so we can know if those different mechanisms were effective. And so this is a chart of all the different calls that were booked from the different mechanisms that we just talked about. Now you can see that some are more effective than others. Our DM strategy books the most calls by far, right? And then after that, our course lessons. And then after that, our SMS, which comes from GoHighlevel. So all of these different mechanisms inside the free community are working to get people onto those calls. All right. So now this initial call booking system is just one of the ways that we're converting our free members into our paid offers, our paid community, and our high ticket offers, our boot camp, those kind of things. So sales calls are a one-to-one type of sales process. You, one person, are talking to another person and trying to get those people to convert into your paid stuff. Now, like I said, recently, we actually converted our one-to-one sales calls to a group onboarding call that essentially becomes discovery calls, because we were having a lot of calls, especially with the Hormozy push, a lot of calls with kind of people that just weren't quite qualified. So this has worked really well for us, helping us convert people on that call to join our paid community. I'd say those group onboarding calls probably generated about 3 to 4K, maybe something around that, of the 50K that we did last month. So that's booking calls. Also, this group onboarding process helps us to pre-qualify the people that we want to book those one-on-one calls with, which can lead to them converting to our new premium tiers, which we showed you a second ago, or our VIP tier. I would say about 10K from the sales of last month came from the annual memberships, which were a combination of our premium VIP. So about 10K came from that. About 3 to 4K came from the just signing up for the monthly. And then another 10K came from 2 high ticket sales that for our Done For You Community Accelerator program, both of which came from sales calls that were booked through the community. So that's about 24K that we've made through just the one-to-one sales process of booking calls. Okay. Now, these calls work really well, but the beauty of growing a free community is that not only does it help you to book a ton of sales calls, but like I said before, you can also run these promotions, what we call conversion events, which is a one-to-many sales process. There's multiple ways of doing that. So one person, is putting an offer in front of multiple people at one time. And if it's a good offer that people want, a certain percentage of those people will end up buying from you. So I would say this is a majority of the sales that we make is running these types of campaigns. So again, we would not make near as much money if we didn't have our free community simply for this reason. So here's how it works. First of all, we create a special limited time offer that's only available during the promotion. I don't really like doing discounts. What I do like to do is I have an inventory of different bonuses that we can kind of pull from, and I'll bundle up an exclusive bonus package. And then that way the bonuses are always new, they're unique, and they're always kind of exclusive to that particular promotion. So then we have different formats that we can use to present this offer to our members and try to get them to convert. So the fastest and easiest type of conversion event is what we call a promo cycle. So this is where we come up with a special offer, just like I talked about, and then we have a 5-day promotion using emails, community posts, and social media posts, all of which is created by our community AI tools that writes this promotion for our members and for us. And so basically we run this 5-day campaign, close it out at the end of the week, and we make sales throughout the week, right? So you can also do webinars. So like we've discussed previously, where we use emails, community posts, and social media, we now use those posts and emails to promote the webinar. We also now have layered in ads to promote this webinar. And so we do the webinar, we give a bunch of value, and at the end we pitch our offer, our exclusive offer. So that's another conversion event. We've also done workshops. So you can do workshops and challenges, which I really, really like, because the potential customer gets to spend a little bit more time with you. You're helping them implement a piece of your process and giving them a quick win. And then, so you're building a little bit more trust and authority. So when you pitch your offer, your core offer at the end, they're much more likely to take you up on that. Also, what's cool about these workshops is that you can charge up front, like $27, $37, $97 and make a little bit of money up front. And then you get paid to pitch your core offer at the end of the workshop. And these work really, really well. Again, we've created AI tools that help you to build out this entire workshop and create all the promotional material. And so between the end of September and October, we ran 2 conversion events. And because we ran the conversion event at the end of the September, the way Skool works is I don't think you get that money till like 7 days later. So that's why that counted to our October money that we made. So we did a webinar at the end of September. We did a workshop at the end of, or at the very beginning of October. And then plus we did a bunch of, a couple of different promo cycles throughout the month to help us to generate that, the rest of that 50K. So about half of that 50K. So inside of our paid community, we actually, inside of the classroom in the monetize course, one of the things that we do, which is pretty cool, is we share all of these promotions that we do. So we give a full breakdown of the campaign. We share our webinar slides. If there's a webinar presentation, we share the swipe files of our ads, the ad copy, and then the creative that we used and what we tested. We also share the exact swipe files. So literally the posts and the emails, everything that we used. So we share all of that so that our members can just copy what we're doing. So this is the webinar that we ran at the end of September. And then we ran a workshop at the end of, at the very beginning of October. So we've got the swipe files there. We've got the ad copy and creative swipe file there. I need to add the I guess I can add that presentation. So that is basically what we did. And in both of these campaigns, the webinar and the workshop, both generated over 5 figures. And so that is a full breakdown of everything we did to generate that $50,000 last month. And it's helped us, this whole process has helped us to grow the MRR of our paid community to over $18,000. And we've generated over $327,000, I checked the other day, for the past 12 months. So that's it. That's basically how we use Skool and GoHighlevel, a free community, to generate $50,000 last month. Cool. I'm out of breath, Jeff.
and something I'll add in, I don't know the best wording for it. I'll just say, like, we've kind of been a little bit in a marketing test mode, meaning we haven't really turned on and scaled at this point. Like we're one of the things that Ron likes to say, and he definitely says it better with that little Mississippi accent, is that we eat our own dog food, and we basically teach everything we do, and we do what we teach. And so as we've done these budgets, just to give you some ideas, like when we did the webinar, I think we spent maybe $700 or $800, right? So we're just testing in a way. We know it works because it's worked in the past, but we're getting ready now that we have this foundation set, that I can't imagine how great this next 12 months is going to be, because now we're actually going to put some money behind, this foundations that have been created. So we'll be hopefully seeing double, triple, I'd love to see kind of a 10X, obviously, of what we're doing once we start applying, much bigger budgets, because we've really just been testing budgets, testing, ways, and also trying to do it in a way that everyone could copy what we're doing, and not needing to spend a lot of money to get results. But now we're ready to scale. And so I just share that because, the numbers that we're sharing with you are all real numbers. But it's really been a year of perfecting a system that we now know it not just works, but it works so much better than so many of the past ways to do things. It's working in today's market, and it's something that's going to stay. I mean, communities aren't going to go away. Skool has proven they're here to stay. So I just say, guys, if you're enjoying the content we're giving you, man, just definitely keep checking in every week, because as we start to scale, you're going to see the numbers grow. You're going to see basically additional ways to grow your community and so forth. So always obviously stay tuned.
Yeah, and the cool thing about the Community Builders Elite, not to pitch, but is that we've done all the hard work of testing and figuring everything out and figuring where the bottlenecks that we experienced along the way were, so that I could create training to help you get past those, and you just have the straight path, and then AI tools that are just going to help you to get through the bottlenecks that I had. So it's going to help you to speed up your process dramatically and really avoid all the learning curves that I had to do and we had to do to figure everything out. So that's the last thing I'll say about that. But if you guys are interested in joining Community Builders Elite, I will drop a link in the description so you can check that out. Again, we've got some, it's great. Not to toot my own horn, but it's great.
It is phenomenal, guys. I know, Ron, we have a couple questions. I don't know if you want to look at a few of the questions. Got some people. We appreciate you all asking the questions, and I don't mind taking a little extra time and answering them for everybody and helping you out.
So I have a small group, Facebook group of 470 people. Shall I still start a free community? So I have a Facebook group of 4,200 members, and I still started a free community. And thank God I did, because I don't even really pay attention to my Facebook group anymore. I think that unless you have a really strong Facebook group, like it's engaged, it's doing really well, your reach is good, then yeah, I mean, I would start a free community on Skool anyway, because again, on Facebook, you're still borrowing the audience. Like I used to teach Facebook groups before I moved over to Skool. That was my program. And just like I talked about before, the reason that I moved to Skool is because the algorithm changed and it started not being as effective as it used to be. So that's an actual prime example. I made $800,000 with my Facebook group over 3 years, over a 3-year period. And I basically shut it down to move over to Skool because it just wasn't working like it was anymore. So the answer is yes.
And I want to say is no one's telling you to close it. I mean, still keep it open. And when you're doing a workshop, when you're doing a promotion, like still put it in the Facebook group. Just don't do anything to continue to grow it. Don't spend any money to grow it. Just let it, if it grows organically, that's fine. But just use it. But definitely start a Skool group, and then that way and move everybody over if you can.
Yep. I think this is a question. So cold traffic to free Skool, warm traffic to paid Skool. Is it right? So cold traffic to free Skool, and then make offers inside of the free Skool to get people to buy the paid Skool. We have not started running retargeting ads. And we probably at some point will try some ads straight to the Skool community. But it would probably be for a warmer audience, because I think that would be more effective for us. Just people that, again, kind of know, like, and trust us already. So certainly, yes, that what you have laid out there is exactly right. All right. And then paid members Skool to high ticket program. Yes, you can certainly do that. We also book calls in the free community using the free community funnel, like we talked about before. And I showed you that we got 2 high ticket sales from the free community funnel booking process that we use. All right, so fantastic. I'm new as a coach in the community. On the community. What part would you recommend for small starters to grow and scale? I'm not sure I'm following that. I
would say do the free community funnel. Like use that process that Ron just taught you guys, because that's going to, when you're small and starting out, free is where you need to be. And we should coin that. Free is where you need to be. So because you need people to come in and get a chance to know who you are, let them see you as the expert that you are, and try to help deliver some kind of a win inside the free community. And that's why we really like the webinar approach or the masterclass approach, where you're teaching the what and the why. So they're getting real value, and then you basically call to action. If you want some help, jump on a call or jump in our paid group. So I would do exactly what we showed you today, free community, and then from that move them into a call.
Yep. All right. So how does this apply to a much smaller niche? How do I create enough sellable products in a small niche, teaching my members how to master selling print advertising to local owned businesses? It works the exact same way. I mean, It's basically you create a funnel, you drive traffic to the funnel. If you have an offer that people want, if you have interesting content that there's an audience that people are interested in, then you can drive them into the free community using lead magnets or free trainings, which is what we do, to get them in the free community. And then that free community funnel takes over. And then also you start to build the audience in that free community so that you can do those promotions that we talked about. What does Community OS mean? Are they something like SOP? So Community OS is just basically the name that we gave our Airtable operating system that helps us operate our community business. So that's just Airtable. Community OS is one of the bonuses that you get as a VIP member of Community Builders Elite. All right. Well, I guess if there's no other questions, then we will call it for today. Jeff, thanks for being here, buddy.
Yeah, brother.
I'm excited for next week. We got some fun stuff in store. So we'll see you guys next week. Thank y'all for watching, and see you next time.
See you guys.